Hello? Yo, this is Chavi's Custom Tactics for FIFA 23. Now, I'm going to use Barcelona as the example team because why not? It's obviously going to fit the best. But this can also be used in Ultimate Team because it's kind of like translated to FIFA. And I will tell you the players that you can use that will like fit. Like, you don't have to use just Barca players. So, that's a lineup that I would choose for Barcelona if you're going to use these for career mode or something in the Ultimate Team. But again, it can be used in the Ultimate Team too. So you're going to start off with press after possession loss. Most tactics use this. Um, Although, see, in the rare occasion that you're losing in like the 80th, 85th minute, constant pressure is overpowered this year, so you could switch to that. But for the standard tactic, it's going to be press after possession loss. You're going to have the width, about 55, maybe 60, depending on how you feel it for defensive style, because you basically want, you'll see this in the player instructions, but you basically want kind of a three back at times. So you kind of want it a bit wide. So we'll go 55. Depth, obviously you need a really high depth. If you really struggle, or what's kind of best for Ultimate Team is 71, I feel like. I use 71 in Ultimate Team. I feel like it's great, but if you want to try and go for A, go for it. But you need to probably, I would say at least 71. Build up play. Okay, this is interesting because if you want, this would be it. Slow build up possession. That's like the classic tactics. But I just felt like I don't know how to describe it. The players weren't moving. They were just standing still. So what I go for is actually balanced on both of these, but I actually play slow build up in possession. So like my players are just kind of balanced. They'll make some runs. They'll come short, like just due to player instructions. But the way I actually control it is slow build up possession. So it's up to you. If you don't want to like properly play, you can let your players do the work by doing this. But I feel like playing the way you want to play is better. Width, you want quite wide here. You want your wingers to be quite wide to allow your midfielders to come up through the middle. Obviously, your striker stays in the middle. Players in the box, you want kind of a good high number on this as well for the midfielders once again to get into the box. The midfielders are key for this formation. Corners and free kicks, honestly, it doesn't really matter. It's just personal preference. Okay, here's comes to the interesting bit. Your keeper comes across your sweeper keeper. You don't actually need this. I just prefer that. Centre back, so you nothing to the centre backs apart from you want one play as striker. But this only means this doesn't mean he's gonna slide up next to Lewandowski and play. Obviously not. It just means if you're losing in like the 85th minute or something, he's gonna move up for like crosses and corners and stuff. It's very realistic, and it is what happens a lot at Barcelona. Now we'll go to the right back. So previously they've always had an attacking right back that stays wide and goes up. However, this tactic you don't want that. You want him to kind of stay back. It doesn't matter if he goes on a couple of runs. That's why I've got him on overlap if you want to try and use it. But you want someone with good defensive stats. You don't want like I don't know. You wouldn't want a Jordi Alba here. You want like a good defensive stats. Maybe probably a centre back that can play right back, which is obviously Koundé. So you want these three to kind of form a back three. And Alba obviously joins the attack. You've got him overlap as well. He kind of plays as like a left mid kind of player. Kessié. So obviously it doesn't have to be Kessié, just your CDM. But Kessié is great, especially in Ultimate Team with his SBC out. So you want him to stay back, or not man mark, cut passing lanes that was supposed to be on. And deep line playmaker. This will just make him available to passes from to build out from the back. It's very, very helpful. He kind of like controls the whole game, kind of. Like it is kind of like the Busquets position in real life, but you don't want to use Busquets in FIFA. Pedri slash your left centre mid. You want this to be your attacking centre mid. So it's get forward, stay on the edge of the box. Of course, like you can run into the box with him. Sometimes he'll get in the box. It just depends on the chances. But you kind of want him just kind of in the area that he's in on this like little picture here of the formation, kind of top left. But you also, it's important. Hold on, let me get back to him. Free roam. Just have him roaming about, creating everything, passing, controlling the attack. Whereas your De Jong, your right centre mid, is going to be your box to box. I really like Barella for this because he's fast, kind of. He's not like slow. You don't want like again, let's use Busquets as an example. You don't want like a Busquets here because you want him to get up and down the pitch. And you want them decent defending and decent attacking stats. Basically just box to box. Everything balanced apart from getting to the box with the cross. Just to add the extra player in the box. We'll go right wing. I guess it wouldn't really matter which wing if you have a preferred one. But I would kind of keep it like this just because of the fullbacks. But this is what they play in real life. Rafinha is going to be here and he's going to stay wide and he's going to get in behind. He's basically just here to stay wide, run down the wing and get balls in to Lewandowski or one of the midfielders. That's basically just his job. You've got Dembele. He's actually different. You're going to come back on defence just so he can give that extra defensive help, especially with Alba coming up the pitch. But you want him actually to cut inside and get in behind. So it's kind of like Messi, but on the opposite wing. Just gets the ball, cuts inside, pass it to Lewandowski, pass it to Rafinha, shoot, go himself, just whatever. Very good at attacking. This should be a winger who's got good shooting, and this should be a winger that's got really good crossing and pace. Then you obviously want your big, tall target man, Lewandowski, Haaland, Ronaldo, anyone like that you want here. You're going to play them stay central. Target man, if you really want stay forward, I just leave it on balance for now. And it's basically pretty much just a target man. Stay in the box, score, header. Make sure they're tall with good header and accuracy. That's really important if you're crossing with these guys. That's kind of like the main stuff, really. Again, you really don't need to use these individual players. There's tons of fast wingers with good crossing. There's tons of big guys, good shooting. See, Koundé he's the perfect example of what you want here. A centre back that can play right back who's also got still good pace. So to be fair, there's not a lot of people that will be able to play this position. Araujo would probably be able to play it, to be honest with you. And he's quite cheap in Ultimate Team if we're going to use that. This centre back is probably going to be your ball playing centre back, so just try and get someone that's really good at passing. Alaba from Real Madrid would probably be pretty good here, but he could also play centre mid, I'm pretty sure, in Ultimate Team, so maybe he'd be good as a CDM as well. You'd have to try him. Obviously attacking left back. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It is really good. The tactics aren't going to do every single bit for you. You also need to have the play style. You can't just be launching through balls to Lewandowski. You have to take your time. Pass it. I always use Kessie, my CDM. I always use my CDM to start the attack. I either pass back to centre back if there's no space, or pass it up and just start the attack. Quick passing, trigger and runs, and just your midfielders will start scoring quite a lot of goals as well with Lewandowski, obviously. Anyway, that's it. I hope it brings success. It should, if you play it properly. And there'll be more tactics coming soon. Goodbye.